Well, my testimony is that about 2.5 years ago, I was getting in my SUV, and you have to step up. And I twisted my knee in a strange way, and I had a lot of pain. And I thought, this will go away, but it did not. So that started over a year plus of going to medical doctors and trying different modalities to alleviate the pain in my knee. Tried cortisol shots. I tried PRP. I went to surgeons and they drained a lot of fluid off the knee, but to no avail. So finally, a little over a year ago in September, I had full knee replacement. So I was in the healing process, and about a month after my knee replacement, my good hip started to hurt me tremendously. So I thought, oh, wow, what is going on? And it just got worse. Well, I found out that my prosthetic knee was longer than my other knee, putting a lot of undue pressure on my carriage. If I would roll over in bed, I would literally wake myself up just yelping in pain. So last May, I said, I'm going to go to another ortho and to see if he could alleviate some of the pain. And the only thing I walked out of the office with was a prescription medication. And I am really not a prescription medication type of a gal. I just try to do everything naturally. But here's the good part. That same night, a friend of mine called me and said, what do you know about stem cells? And I said, I know a lot about stem cells because I had really looked into them to see if it would help my knee. So he told me about these stem cell activating patches. So I said, would you send me a few? And so he sent me 2. So the first day I patched was the Sunday of Memorial Day. And as soon as I put the patch on, I felt a warmth go through my entire body. So my neighbor had asked if he could borrow my trenching machine to edge his lawn next to the sidewalk. And I said, sure. So I went to get that out and I plugged in my extension cord and I got it onto the sidewalk, and he was power washing his own sidewalk. So I said, I'll just start. Well, I worked for about 2 hours. I couldn't believe it. And this is hard work to trench if you've ever trenched lawns that haven't been trenched in 20 years. So I looked down and I was developing a blister. And I go, oh my word, estheticians shouldn't have blistered hands. So I said, I'm going to go into the house. And I just had this clear, full-on energy. And I said, I'm going to wash my windows. And then I washed my foyer. And I went out to take a walk for about 20 minutes. Now, for the average person, that doesn't sound like anything. But with my hip and the pain, I could seriously not walk more than 3 house lengths before I would get stuck. So I walked for about 20 minutes, and I probably could have walked further, but I didn't understand what these patches were doing. So I went home and I continued to work at home. So I went to bed, and I got up the next day, had my last patch, and I patched again, just that full, clear energy, just all day. That was Memorial Day. And I had a very productive day. Well, Tuesday morning, no patches. But for some reason, it seemed like I had a little bit of maybe residual from the day before. But by 2 o'clock, I was toast. I was really tired. So I said, oh my word. I said, I need to buy a diamond pack because number one, I never want to be without these patches. And number two, I really need to share this amazing technology with other people. So it's just really amazing that um, today has been about, right now, I've been using these patches for 6 months. And number one is I'm out of pain. And you know that if you're in pain, I mean, you get to the point, if it's bad enough, you just pray to God that God would just take you. Um, you go, God, I had a good life. And I just, you either heal me or you take me. And I really, really praise God for these patches. So the other thing is now is my sleep. Now I have to admit that I have used sublingual melatonin for probably almost 20 years. And I really was, I was afraid to give up my melatonin. So I didn't stop the melatonin for several weeks after starting the patches. But then when I finally did, I started dreaming just vividly in these lucid dreams. Whereas using the melatonin, I never dreamt that I can remember. Now, I also struggled with osteoporosis for a long time. And I've tried different modalities, but not until I used the patch did it really push me over the finish line. And I just had a DEXA a few weeks ago, and it was just a beautiful result. I went to the eye doctor because I'm on Medicare, and I go, might as well get all of these things in before the end of the year. My prescription has improved. I used to have those black floaters that would, kind of appear in your eyes. That's gone. When I went last time, she had mentioned something about cataracts, and this time she never even mentioned cataracts. And I don't know if you can see, but I am growing a brand new hairline here. It's and I'll take my hair down, and you can see when I was in the 60s, I could never grow hair, and now I have this hair that is growing all over the place, and my eyelashes are growing. Now, the other thing is I am 71 and a half years old. And, when we get a little bit older, we lose that nice, luscious volume in our faces. And honestly, I wish I had taken some really up close pictures because I just feel like the volume is coming back. So I'm I'm happy about that. I am one of those holistic gals that won't do fillers or Botox. No judgment. If you want to do that, that's fine. But for me, that's not an option. And I want to show you. I don't know if you can see my little pinky here. These are 71-year-old hardworking hands. I used to have this awful little pain right here. And when I do facials, I do a lot of massaging and I do a lot of cranio on them. And I have to hold heavy heads. And this is gone. So wow. I just praise God. I'm so thankful for the stem cells. God healed me. I guess I'm going to be kicking for a little bit longer. And I am so, so, so thankful for these. Well, my testimony is that about 2.5